You know, two words that you balanced there. One was safety, right? One was trust. And being in a safe environment in a business and outside of wartime, which that's just tremendous what you were able to do there, a culture that provides psychological safety, right? Where I can try, I can fail, I can be me, right? I can do things without fear that I'm going to get in trouble. That's where innovation happens. Secondly, you mentioned trust. And trust is, I think, one of the number one issues that we have in business. And that actually came from a number of studies. Forrester did a study, and they showed that trust was the number one issue facing B2B companies today. And if you look at like the Edelman LinkedIn trust barometer that is worldwide, trust has been going down for decades. Decades. Right? And it's worse. The geopolitical climate now has eroded trust in so many different ways. And so our brands are trust marks, right? But literally, this study showed that 61% of the worldwide respondents were worried that the business leaders were being intentionally misleading. Intentionally. You know what really helps build trust? The conversations that you're talking about, right? How does like this idea of having these conversations, creating psychological safety, but how does that extrapolate to outside of the inner team, but into the world of your customers?
Yeah. So as you told that like last year's study, I think it was WARC study, it really found that campaigns focused on long-term brand building, they really do outperform short-term sales activation and all that, clickbait information by 60% over time. But they get less budget because they don't show the immediate result, right? Because you need time to build that trust. So I think that living in a fast dopamine world where everybody is just scrolling, swiping, and skipping, and the platforms are literally built and engineered to reward the shortest possible attention span, right? I think that fast content could give you reach, but it gives you that resonance that you need to build that trust. Because if your post goes viral, then disappears, it doesn't change behavior. Everyone just clicks and that's it. So I think that, we decided to go deeper because, well, those posts on LinkedIn and social media, they show up consistently. So they give reason to scroll, but we would love to give our customers reason to stay, to get smarter, to discover something new. And we use a personal data and our first-party data and our own research and our customer experience to build that trust. So we make fewer content, but this content is more meaningful. And we are very open to the dialogue because we get a lot of feedback from our blog posts or from our case studies, from our leads with questions like, could you please explain also that? And we do it. And, that builds that expert level that every company is seeking for. But it's just a long-term strategy. It won't give you fast results. And you should make that tough choices because if you are limited in resources, right, you should definitely choose conversions and trust over all that hype, AI generated posts, like you've seen them, like, oh my God, this prompt will make you more efficient in no time. And it's like constant deja vu, like, I haven't seen it before, right?